Welcome back, Scorpio. I'm truly glad you're here. Whether you've been following these messages for a while or just found your way here today, something tells me this moment is meant for you. April 18th, 2025 brings with it a kind of quiet shift. Not loud, not chaotic, but deeply felt. And if you've been noticing it too, the restlessness, the reflection, the sense that something is changing. You're not imagining it. The energy right now is subtle but undeniable. It's less about action, more about awareness. Less about pushing forward, more about letting go. In this video, I want to walk you through what's happening astrologically, not just in the sky, but in the undercurrents of your day-to-day life. And as always, we'll turn to the tarot for clarity and grounding. So take a breath, settle in, and let's begin. Because sometimes the most powerful transformations don't arrive with thunder. They arrive with stillness. I've seen this kind of energy before, Scorpio. And I want to speak to you not just as an astrologer, but as someone who's watched many lives shift in quiet, almost imperceptible ways. Exactly on days like this. What stands out today is not the rush of prosperity, but the pathway to it. It's not the big lottery win or sudden windfall. It's the moment when you give without expecting anything back, and life responds in kind, whether it's sharing your time, offering advice, forgiving a debt, or simply checking in on someone who's been on your mind. These small acts carry a surprising ripple. The cosmos is watching not how much you hold, but how freely you circulate your energy. And that includes money. There may be an idea that once felt unfinished, a concept, a creative pursuit, even a business opportunity that quietly returns today. But unlike before, it doesn't arrive with confusion or chaos. It returns with clarity, with structure, with the right conditions to finally take root. If you feel a spark around late afternoon, a conversation that lights up something within you, a message that seems oddly timed but strangely perfect, don't dismiss it. This is the universe making its move. And your job is to stay open. And I'll be honest with you, this kind of flow often bypasses those who are clinging tightly to control. If you're watching your bank balance with fear, if you're holding your breath with every expense, you might be blocking the very abundance you're asking for. Today is about trust-based generosity. It doesn't mean giving recklessly. It means giving with faith, in yourself, in timing, in reciprocity. So keep your eyes open, but more importantly, keep your heart open. Because sometimes the opportunity that changes your life doesn't look like an opportunity at first. It looks like someone else needing a hand and you realizing you have one to give. In the next section, we'll look at how this same energy of release and alignment plays out in your relationships and what the cards are revealing about who might be returning, what's healing, and how love begins to move again. I want to speak gently here, Scorpio, because I know how deeply you feel and how carefully you guard those feelings once they've been wounded. You don't open your heart easily, and when someone disappears, disappoints, or simply doesn't meet you at the depth you offer, it's not just sadness, it's a kind of soul silence. But today's energy holds a subtle opening, a soft turn in the path. Not a dramatic reunion or a grand confession, but a quiet moment, a text that says thinking of you, a look that lingers longer than usual, a memory that rises not to haunt, but to remind you, not everything that ended was meant to stay gone. The 10 of Cups isn't just a symbol of romance, it's a symbol of emotional alignment. And it's close. I can feel it hovering around your field like a light waiting to be let in. But it can't reach you if you're still clutching the past, the hurt, the assumptions, the what-ifs. That's the hard truth. We often say we want love, but we don't realize we've built walls to keep it out. Whether you're navigating the uncertainty of new love, repairing something frayed, or simply wondering if it's worth opening your heart again, today invites you into truthful tenderness. That doesn't mean becoming naive. It means becoming clear about what you want, about what you're ready to give, about what you're no longer willing to carry. And sometimes the most loving thing you can do for another or for yourself is to forgive. Not to excuse what hurt you, but to free yourself from having to relive it. Because when you release resentment, you don't lose power. You reclaim it. So if a message arrives today, or even just a feeling, Meet it with presence. Listen without preparing to defend. Speak without trying to control the outcome. Let it be real, even if it's brief. In the next part of our reading, we'll explore how this same sense of clarity and emotional release is influencing your physical and spiritual well-being, because the body always keeps the score. And today, your energy wants to heal. I want you to think of your body today, not as something to fix or fight, but as something to listen to. Scorpio, your spirit is deep, ancient, and intuitive. But when life gets noisy, it's easy to forget that the body always knows the truth first. If you've been waking up tired, even after a full night's sleep, if your breath feels shallow, your shoulders curled inward, your chest heavy with something unspoken, that's not weakness. That's information. That's your nervous system quietly tapping you on the shoulder, asking for release, not resistance. This kind of fatigue doesn't always come from doing too much. Sometimes it comes from holding in too much. Words unsaid. Emotions stored away. Energy spent trying to hold yourself together. And the truth is, Scorpio, you don't have to carry it all anymore. So today, I'm inviting you to create space. Not dramatic change, just space. 10 minutes of stillness. A walk without your phone. A long, quiet exhale while your hand rests over your heart. A promise to yourself that you won't push through discomfort. You'll pause through it. Because that pause, that's where healing lives. And don't underestimate the physical rituals. Stretching with care. These aren't luxuries. They are language. The way your body says, thank you for coming back to me. Spiritually, the star is present. And that's no small thing. It's not here to dazzle. It's here to restore. To remind you that no matter how long it's been since you felt grounded or inspired or truly well, your inner light has never gone out. It just needed time and quiet to be seen again. In the final section of this reading, we'll return to what anchors us most in times of inner transformation, the people we love. Because while your healing is personal, it doesn't happen in isolation. Let's look now at how your family connections and chosen support systems are playing a role in this next chapter of your becoming. There's a quiet warmth in today's reading, Scorpio, a nudge, not toward dramatic reconciliation, but toward belonging. And that's exactly what the Four of Wands brings into focus. When this card appears, it doesn't just speak of milestones or celebrations, it speaks of stability rooted in connection and not necessarily with the people you see every day. Sometimes family shows up in the form of a friend who remembers how you take your tea, a sibling who's been silent for years but suddenly texts a memory, or even a parent whose words once stung, now softened by time. If there's been tension in your home or with those you once called mine, today offers a doorway. Not a resolution, but an opening. You don't have to fix everything. You don't have to pretend nothing happened. But you can begin to show up differently. Not with blame, with presence. And if you felt distant from your own sense of home, like the place you live doesn't quite hold you or the people around you don't quite see you, you're not alone. Many Scorpio hearts go through this. That ache for soul-level connection, that longing for a room where you don't have to perform or protect. Today reminds you that home isn't found, it's felt. And sometimes it's built slowly, one honest conversation at a time, one boundary honored, one silence broken, one shared moment where you both remember you're human before you're right. If you feel the urge to reach out, do. If you feel the need to retreat and reflect, honor that too. But know that the energy today favors reconnection, not for nostalgia, but for healing. In our final moments together, I want to offer you a closing thought, a reflection on this whole journey you're walking. Because everything we've explored, your money, your love life, your body, your family, it's not just happening to you, it's happening for you. Let's bring it all together and remind your spirit where it's headed next. Scorpio, before we part ways today, I want to leave you with something deeper than advice. I want to offer you recognition, because I know how easy it is to question yourself when things fall apart. To wonder if maybe you missed your timing, said the wrong thing, held on too long, or let go too soon. But you didn't. You're not late. You're not lost. You're mid-process. And the unraveling you feel, it's not destruction. It's the soft dismantling of a version of you that was built in survival, so that the one built in truth can finally rise. You've outgrown old stories, Scorpio, the ones where you had to be strong at all costs, where tenderness was a risk, where asking for help meant you were weak. Those narratives served you once, but now they're too small for who you're becoming. So if today feels quieter, slower, less defined, let it. That stillness is where your spirit is catching up to your growth. That space is not emptiness, it's preparation. Let yourself feel the gentle relief of not having to perform your progress. You're allowed to just be, to breathe, to trust that even in moments of confusion, something sacred is being reordered in your favor. And when the next challenge comes, because it will, you won't meet it from fear, you'll meet it from alignment. From a deeper self who knows that not everything urgent is important and not everything painful is punishment. Sometimes it's just the birth cry of a wiser life. Until we meet again, Scorpio, keep listening inward, keep releasing the noise, and above all, keep walking not toward perfection, but toward wholeness. Because everything you need is already within you, and it's only just beginning to shine. If this message stirred something in you, even quietly, even just for a moment, I invite you to honor that feeling. You can leave a comment or simply write, "I trust the process." It may seem small, but putting those words into the world is a powerful act. It's a quiet declaration that you're ready to let go of what no longer fits, that you're open to becoming someone more aligned, more rooted, more real. When we speak truth, even in whispers, the universe listens. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will, not because it adds to a number, but because this space is meant for you. These messages aren't just forecast, they're a mirror, a rhythm, a reminder. When you click that little bell, what you're really saying is, I'm committed to my own becoming, and that matters, because transformation doesn't happen all at once. It happens in gentle layers. And sometimes we just need someone to walk beside us while we peel them back. I'll be right here. In the highs and the lows, the eclipses and new moons, the moments you feel powerful and the ones where you feel lost, I'll show up with words when you need them. With reflection, with truth, with the kind of presence that doesn't try to fix you, but reminds you that you were never broken to begin with. So until we meet again, Scorpio, keep going, not in haste, but in trust. Keep softening where you once hardened. Keep listening where you once shut out. Keep returning to the kind of strength that doesn't shout, but holds steady. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're right on time. And the version of you that's rising now, they're not just healing, they're homecoming. And now, as we bring this journey to a close, I want you to take one last breath, not just as a way to end, but as a way to come back to yourself, back to the part of you that already knew what this message was about before a single word was spoken. Because deep down, Scorpio, you've always felt the shifts before they showed up in your life. You don't just read the energy, you carry it. This video wasn't here to tell you what to do. It was here to remind you of what you already sensed, that you're in the middle of a transformation not everyone will see, not everyone will understand, but you will feel it in your bones, in your boundaries, in your quiet decisions to no longer betray your own soul just to be accepted. What's leaving your life now? Let it. What's surfacing in you now? Honor it. You are not meant to cling to what once made you feel safe if it now keeps you small. You're meant to grow. And growth, especially for someone as profound and perceptive as you, doesn't always look glamorous. Sometimes it looks like standing still. Sometimes it looks like walking away. Sometimes it looks like walking away. Sometimes it looks like crying when you thought you were done crying. but always, it looks like becoming more you. So as you step back into your day, carry this energy with you, the permission to move slowly, the courage to feel deeply, and the quiet wisdom to know that nothing real is ever lost, only transformed. You are not starting over, you are starting truer. And in case no one's told you this lately, I see how far you've come, and I believe without a shadow of doubt in where you're headed. Thank you for being here, for being open, for letting me walk a few steps beside you today. I'll be waiting for you in the next reading. Until then, Scorpio, stay wild, stay awake, stay sacred.